All right, mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. I really don't. I'm gonna get right into this, okay? Because people are hurt, people are upset, and I'm like, I saw it coming. I saw it coming all day. See, you got to understand, Ohio is not New York City. Ohio is not LA. It's not California or New York State. It's Ohio. And the district that was running to replace Marcia Fudge was a pretty dominant, centric, black-leaning area. That has been voting Democrat and voting Marcia Fudge-like people for a long time. So when Marcia Fudge, mama come out there and endorse Chantel Brown, who will Buckdance for Team Biden, this lady was getting her butt stumped. Nina Turner was killing her in double digits. So what happens? People like Jamie Harrison, begin to send the message out that we got to do something about this. We got to pull out the troops. We got to stop this election. We can't have nobody like Nina Turner in Washington, D.C. Ain't no way. Because she don't have a filter. You can't muzzle her mouth. Say what you want about Nina Turner and all that. The bottom line, you can't muzzle her. She gonna tell you like a T.I. is. And we can't have nobody like that. We need a robot. We need a Stepford's wife. We need somebody that we can put a chip in and they just say whatever we want to say. Then that's exactly what they had to do. All right, we're gonna have to revamp you, Chantel. You're getting your butt whooped. And you only say what we say. Don't be doing no sloganeering. Stop all that slogan. Boy, James Clyburn is really going to run this slogan. See, Chantel Brown won because she wasn't doing no sloganeering. She was. Her slogan was, I will go there and help Joe Biden them establish their agenda. I will go there and do whatever I can to support and push and kiss his behind and her behind. That's put me in office. I'll go there to. Now you know that's bad when you're behind. That was a whole point in this campaign. And the black 45 and up ate it up. Black 45 and down, some of them ate it up. The reason. See, you got to look at some things from a more than just a visual perspective. You got to look at visual. You got to look at demographics. You got to look. Sometimes you got to look at within. Sometimes you got to see some things metaphysically. Because I knew this was going to happen. I knew. I was hoping Nina Turner didn't do what Bernie Sanders did. Blew off the black grassroots, blew off the black vote. Because there's a history in Ohio that the progressives are not leading to get out the vote. It's the black community that's leading to get out the vote. And he who gets the black community out is going to win those type of election. First of all, you got this woman who's still the DNC chair, Cuyahoga County DNC chair, as well as she's taking claim for things that a city council did, but she wants to say she did it. Watch this. Before we get started, I tried to record this and it didn't go through. So let me try it again. In good faith, this work contains fair use of copyrighted and non-copyrighted images from the public domain and the web for non-commercial and non-profit educational purposes. This work is distributed free of charge. The author has neither monetized his work nor saw any profit from his distribution. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing, but nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. This work contains original work and commentary and critical analysis. Quotations are attributed to the original authors and its source. Now, a lot of you guys are tuning in to the 11th District race, and you just heard Nina Turner, her concession speech. But I know it was going to come. So you can't confuse the national image of Nina Turner with the local image of Nina Turner. Now, sure, there's a lot of people who look up to Nina Turner, but Nina Turner has been doing most of her work on a national level, not on the local level. I'll repeat that again. Nina Turner has been doing most of her work on a national level, just as Democrats, brand new Congress, not brand new Congress, but with our revolution, Bernie Sanders, Jeff Weaver, on a national level, looking for people to run for office on a progressive movement, on a progressive platform. That ain't going to jail with black people down there in South Carolina. Not in South Carolina, James Clyburn, who helped out. That's not going to jail with black people in Ohio. That's why I mentioned a couple of days ago, if Nina Turner do lose this race, 2 reasons. Progressives haven't been in a region like that, and there's many other regions like that, and you wonder why people don't get elected. That's not the infighting. It ain't got nothing to do with Jimmy Dore, so stop that crap. It ain't none of that. It's not the battle between TYT and Jimmy Dore shorts. None of that. That had nothing to do with this race. Because most of these people running their mouth don't even live. They don't even live in Ohio. And I doubt Nina Turner I doubt she had a scarcity of people making phone calls and knocking on the doors. I doubt it. It's the region. It's the legacy of politics and politicians in that area. See, the reason Jamal Bowman was able to break that, the reason was because Jamal Bowman spent a lot of time in the black community. Now, did he take the message of the black community and ran on it? No, he ran on the progressive platform. He sprinkled some black grassroots message in it. He did talk about racism and white supremacy and police brutality. And he did talk about closing the wealth gap on a local area in Yonkers, in Mount Vernon, and in the Bronx. And he beat Ingalls. He beat Ingalls because some people that were not from the black grassroots bought into the message of the progressive platform, but most of the people in that area brought into the message of what he planned on bringing to the table when it comes to the black community in Yonkers, Mount Vernon, and the Bronx. And to get out the vote effort was strong. Why? Because I live in this district. I know. I talked to him a couple times. I'd be getting at him on Zoom calls sometimes. One day I may screen video one of the Zoom calls, and so you could see me getting in his behind. But usually I don't have to do that because he, like I said, and people think, well, he's wrong because he's a Democrat. You know something, man? You can be a Democrat or Republican, be ruined. You can be a Green Party member and be ruined. You can be in the People's Party. Eventually, there's going to be somebody ruined. Nobody, wherever you go, is going to be a 100% saint that's going to get it all done the way you want them to do it. Now, you put them in office. You gave them the power. They should listen to you, and you have to apply the pressure. You can start off soft, but after a while, that softness got to stop, y'all. And people get mad because you being a little more aggressive coming at these politicians. Hey, I tried talking to them softly and kindly. I tried that. But after mama done talk to you 1, 2, 3 times, I'm ready to pull out the belt. I know some of y'all saying, oh, that's abuse. Let me tell you something. That belt kept a lot of people out of prison. That belt steered somebody down the right way. That switch. Man, this society is punking out, man. Yeah, you're so mammy-pammy, timid, punking out. You get mad because a mama spanked their child. You hate it when a alpha male take their children out, take their boys out and teach them how to be men. You don't want them to do that. Let them be what they want to be. You're messing them up. It's a kid. Take that boy out and teach him how to hunt. Take that boy and teach him how to fish. Take that boy out and teach him how to farm. Take the girl out too, because she can't depend on these Negroes. Should be able to, but she need to learn how to do it too. Let me get back on my subject. The Democratic Party had to do something about that race. So what they did, and everybody talking about dark money. Dark, I don't care if it's dark, light, bright light, kid and play light, skin money. I don't care what it is. It's still money being funneled, big money being funneled into the campaign. Chantel had no leg to stand on until the Democratic Party put in money to give her the legs. You had a Jewish PAC do it. You had a Jewish PAC do it. You had a Republican donors. I mean, all kind of people from the outside came together all in unison to try to stop Nina Turner. Now, this is not me pushing Nina Turner, but this is me just letting you know how crooked these political parties are. And if they figure if we can't get you by, we can't put a puppet strings on you. If one puppet string look like it could pop on you, we don't want you. And I'm telling you, Nina Turner looked like the type of person that a puppet string will pop and that she will get in your face over the issue. And she has. And the Democratic elite and the Democratic establishment and these old, old school this happens in elections all the time. Of course, Nina Turner bears the responsibility of why she lost. That's with any campaign. And I mentioned it over and over again. If you want to win a heavily black district, you got to go down there and talk black to those people. You can't go talk progressive. You can't talk all people, we all in this together and all that. And I know it's good, America first and all that. It's just a lighter version of, America first. We need to invest money here and here and here and here. And when the Black Grass Movement saying you need to take care of what you owe before you do an investment, that's one of the things you need to do. And we need this and this and that. You got to go down there and talk black to those people. And see, well, Chantel didn't talk black. Of course she didn't. James Clyburn didn't talk black. Of course he didn't. But they been so used to believing the Democratic Party is going to always have their back. Somebody got to come in there and expose them that only you're going to have your back. You can't trust these Democratic parties. You can't trust the Republican Party. You can't trust no party. You only can trust you, the community. You only can trust that code that every community have. You can pack up stadiums. People say, how in the world that you could pack up a stadium full of people and they not get out and vote for you? I said, in order to win the race, you gotta, everybody know how powerful the black vote is. That's why they do whatever they can. Well, not whatever they can, but that's why they want it, but they don't want to earn it. They don't want to barter. They don't want to barter. They don't want to earn it, and they don't want to will and deal for it. They want it free. They want it free. And once we give it to them, they go do for everybody else but us. Now, I'm going to show 3 campaign ads from her, Chantel Brown, because what ultimately got her to win this election is not only the corporate money that was coming in, or what they call dark money. Not only was that money coming in, purchasing these ads, it's the messaging. These old black people went out 45 and up. They went out there and showed out today. It's a shame. Black people cannot make a decision for themselves. They got to let somebody make it for them. And I know you Ohioans, probably some of you listen to me, you letting this man, James Clyburn, sold out the whole freaking election with Biden, didn't get nothing in exchange for it. Look, if you want to endorse him, fine, you do whatever you want. You can endorse, but don't throw us under the bus and expect us just because you said he's good. We know Joe know us. I don't know Joe. I know Joe. I know Joe's record and it's horrible toward us, so I know that part. But if you're going to throw us on the bus, throw us under the bus, at least get something out of the deal. He got something for his kids. Different positions on different boards was the exchange in order for him to sell you out. He ain't do nothing for you. And he's doing the same thing in Ohio to you. The same freaking thing in Ohio to you. He went out there. Hillary Clinton running her mouth, man. Them elderly black women love Hillary Clinton. This woman sat here and said, I will buck dance. Buck dance for Team Biden and Team Harris. Whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do it. Sound like an old gospel song. Lead me, show me, tell me where to go. I'm yours. I'm yours, Lord. That sound just, lead me and tell me what you want me to do. Mr. Biden, yes, sir, yes, sir. I'll buck dance for you. That is the campaign that got her, in the races. I think the race is what, five points? It's not a blowout. But it took all that money and it took all that political power coming from Washington, D.C. to try to keep her solid. Brought her into the race. And they're going to call it the ultimate comeback story. I guess so, when you got people from all over, from left, right, and up and down funneling money into your campaign. They tell you don't do attack ads, but they'll do the attack ads so you can attack her if she attack you for attacking her. And see, these are the templates that will continue to happen until black people break free from these parties. You got somebody who do believe in some policies that you could probably jail with. Might not be right now because you got bigger fish to fry. But like I said, I ain't got no problem with me personally. I don't think nobody should be coming in this country paying for public education, especially when our tax dollars go toward it. Now, private, that's different. But you should be paying to go to elementary school. You should be paying to go to middle school, high school, junior high, and you shouldn't be paying to go to college. Our tax dollars goes into the educational system, which has well more than enough to make sure college should be free for everybody. So I'm not against that. It definitely should be free for black people for what we had to go through. But just America itself, most countries offer that. We send billions of dollars to Israel every freaking month, and they got free healthcare and free college. So most of these policies that need to turn push, I support. I just don't support it as an option, as a priority right now. Not when it comes to black people. Might be to you because you might be having an ailment and the bills are up the wazoo, and I get it, but these people taking money they owe black people and putting it in all these programs. They just spent $7 trillion into the military. Black people's money. And who did it? Joe Biden. But I'll buck dance for him while my people starve. I'll buck dance for him while my people be predominantly the ones who get thrown out of the street once this moratorium thing, because they might get a temporary relief, and the CDC may have said something about that. We'll talk about that another time. But at the end of the day, who's going to be the one in the hospital the most? Who's the one going to be on the street the most? Who are the ones that's going to be in the unemployment line the most? And why? Stuff like this. People who going to sit here and support and buck dance for somebody who's not going to change their community situation. I want you to watch this first video by Chantel. You got to watch these old snake, man. And she ain't going to do jack. People in Ohio, you just literally took a knife and stabbed yourself in the back. Voting for her. And and I would say you gotta, even if you vote for Nina Turner, you always keep your eye on your politician and get at them when they don't do what they're supposed to do. She telling you she ain't gonna do nothing for you. She gonna do something for Team Biden Harris.
Democrat Chantel Brown. You might not know her, but you know her work. On County Council, Chantel brought good jobs to Northeast Ohio, helped small businesses, and expanded pre-K.
In Congress, I'll bring people together and work with Joe Biden to stop gun violence and provide economic relief for families. That's different than Nina Turner.
You've been highly critical of President-elect Joe Biden.
I'm Chantel Brown. I'll work with Joe Biden.
See? That's that bull that got her elected. That's that bull crap. Yes, a master. Yes, a master. Yes, a. Oh, yes, sir, boss. Sure enough, boss. Boss. Yes, a boss. I want you to listen to what they said, because these things they saying she did, but how can you do it and you were in city council? It wasn't you. It was the council. And how in the heck you going to take the credit for something that the council did? And you can't be fooled, because she she ain't no bad looking woman. She, baby, don't get mad at me. All right. Okay. All right. Just telling the truth. She's cute. Pretty white tee. She knows she's cute, and she used that. She do that Obama, because them women love Obama. Oh, he's so beautiful. Oh, look here. You think I'm beautiful now? Touch my chest. Just don't let Michelle see you. Get out there and vote. Don't boo, just vote. Vote. She doing this Obama thing. Let's go back and listen to all this foolishness they talked about.
And I approve this.
You might not know her, but you know her work. On County Council, Chantel brought good jobs to Northeast Ohio, helped small businesses.
See, these are things they try to make. People bought into this stuff like she actually did this stuff, and she didn't. The council did that. She could have been against all that stuff, but as long as the council voted in majority and made this thing happen, if it become victorious, she could say, I did it. You ain't did it. You was a no vote, girl. And usually in city council, you don't say who voted yes or no. So they decided to take the record of the city council and make it her record. The city council helped small businesses. Okay, we're going to say you made help small businesses. You did this and you did that, which is a smart move. And any dummy will believe that she actually did it on her own. I didn't need nobody help when it was the city council that did that.
And expanded pre-K.
In Congress, I'll bring people together and work with Joe Biden to stop gun violence and provide economic relief.
Joe Biden ain't trying to stop no gun violence. Matter of fact, he putting guns into the streets, but he's giving it mostly to the police department. Joe Biden was virtually in the middle of putting guns on the street back during the drug war to justify the crime bill. Man, they was dropping guns on the streets. You go out there and go around, you going down the alley, you got to take a piss, and you go behind the garbage can, you pissing on a bag full of guns. And he going to take them off the streets? Are you freaking kidding me? Economic relief? What?
Relief for families. That's different than Nina Turner.
You've been highly critical of President-elect Joe Biden.
I'm Chantel Brown.
So being critical of a person is a bad thing. You're not a Democrat if you're not critical. You sound just like them numbnuts Republican. You criticizing our great Lord and Savior, Donald Trump, Mr. Mega himself. You're not a patriot. You're a traitor. Fool, do you know what a traitor is? Shut up. I got to agree with them. I got to support him. I got to, because you calling me a traitor, fool? You're a traitor. You're a traitor to yourself. You traded your ability to critical thinking to go with the go along, get on game. See, when you with the go along, get on game, you don't have to do a lot of critical thinking. And it's easy for you to shut your mouth up and not say nothing. You don't work for these people. I get it. You work for somebody and the boss getting on your last nerve, you better mumble. If you want to keep your job, you better keep that stuff on the inside. But you don't work for these folks. Nina Turner don't work for these folks. She's right to cuss Joe Biden out and call him, and she's right. And see, one of the things, like I said, whether you agree with her or not, and what her position on reparations, stuff like that, this is one thing you can say about Nina Turner. She ain't gonna be she wasn't gonna be Joe Biden's puppet string. Hillary Clinton can't stand her. She mad that she, because she was supposed to be her chief person to run, and I dare a black woman go support this man. She's supposed to be on my team, and then she started being real critical. Now at the end of the day, if you criticize, and then you go along and get along too, that's a problem, and there's a possibility that could happen with her. But we know this gonna happen with Chantel Brown. She's going to go along and get on. And watch this stuff. You got to watch people's facial expressions. Because she tried to be all Obama. She going to literally wink her eye. See, Obama saying to you, I'm so in love with you. People going off. Amazing. And people going on. Watch this mess, man. These the politicians you got to look for. You got to watch this slickness, man. This letting you know that she ain't going to be doing nothing for you, you dummy it is that voted her into office.
I'll work with.
You see that? That's no different from that politician putting that thumb up in there. I'm telling you, I didn't have sexual relationship with that woman. Lewinsky, big old thumb in the camera. When they got that thumb out and pounding, look like they pounding with that thumb out. You can't trust a politician like that because that's that politician thumb. Look at this mess. See, you gotta watch these people like this. She remind me of that time when I had went home to visit family, and my boys was like, yo, Rob, man, we going to Temptations. I'm like, okay, what's that? Strip club. And as soon as you come to the strip club, these women start trying to charm your dollars out of your pocket. One to sit on your lap, two sit on lap. I had two sitting on my lap, and I forgot I had on some long white shorts, man. And when they got up, my shorts was brown, man. I'm like, hey, who put this streak on my pants? Man, I was ready to go, bro. I'm ready to go. But we gonna pay for your lap there? Man, I'm ready to go. This girl put a doo-doo stain on my... You can't trust these girls like this. Charming you. Winking the eye. Ain't this some stuff? Oh, con, man. It's a con.
With Joe Biden. I'll work with. I'll work with, I'll work, I'll work with, I'll work with, I'll work with, I'll work
Remix.
with, I'll work with, I'll work with Joe Biden. And I approve this message.
Con. Y'all elected a self-professed letting you know that she gonna con you. Look, I'd rather don't tell me you gonna con me. Baby, we getting married. Don't tell me that you gonna cheat on me one day. Why am I wasting my time getting married? Now you gonna have me want to cheat on you before you get me. No, wait, here's another one.
Democrat Chantel Brown. On county council, Chantel brought good jobs to Northeast Ohio and expanded
On county council, the county council did that. And look at her.
pre-K.
For some, it's about the limelight. For me, it's about results. In Congress,
So for some, it's about the limelight. Like you ain't trying to get limelight. You literally begged the Democratic Party to come to your aid. You literally put a section on your website so you can get dark money and super PAC money involved in your campaign. If anybody gonna be eating up the limelight, it's gonna be you.
I'll work with President Biden to keep getting things done.
She'll work with Joe Biden to keep getting things done. Okay. Y'all can't see me, but I'm taking off my glasses. I'll work with Joe Biden to keep getting things done. The problem with this, Chantel, you gonna work with Joe Biden to keep getting things for the Asian community done for the Asian community? You gonna work with Joe Biden to keep getting things done for the Latino community? You're gonna work with Joe Biden to keep getting things done for the LGBTQ community? Right now, he ain't doing nothing for blacks. So you gonna work with him to continue to not do nothing for black people? It's crazy. People bought into this. Well, she's gonna help work with Joe Biden to get the things done that we need to get. Problem is, you're not getting nothing done for you. He couldn't even apologize to the people down there on behalf of white supremacy. He couldn't even apologize to the people down there in Rosewood. The lady asked her, "What do you apologize, Rosewood?" He looked at that lady like, "Who said that?" Like Clayton Bigsby. Who said that? Who said that? He looked at that lady like she was crazy. Me apologize? Ain't got nothing to do with that. It's con. Wait, there's more.
So people ask, why do you want to go to Congress? Well, I want to go to Congress to be a partner to the Biden-Harris administration and to help Speaker Pelosi pass an agenda that will get the recovery, relief, and the
Democrat
resources to the
Chantel
people
Brown.
who have been hit hardest by this pandemic. We need someone who is committed to doing this work from start to finish. And when I go there, my top priorities will be...
Now, here we go. She don't have a platform. She only saying things that people want to hear, but some people are not smart enough to see what okay, you're running on this. Have you ran on this before? What is your record on city council concerning these issues? Why all of a sudden you want to run on this now? What do you know about the healthcare, jobs, and justice? My people don't take time out to go, talk, question, get in the face. Yeah, we got people over here talking about you shouldn't get aggressive with these politicians. Man, you better start off getting aggressive. Look, I'm gonna give you my support, but bro, if you turn your back one time, that's it. I'm gonna trust that you're gonna do these things, but you only get one shot. After that, you'll become my enemy. Now I give you opportunity. You know, we all make mistakes and we all make dumb decisions. But when I see you habitually doing these things, I got a problem with you. And let me tell you something, any father, any mother, any boss, when they see their kids not doing what they're supposed to do, most of them will talk to them nice the first time. But after a while, it get irritating. Do it one more time. Oh, bust your behind wide open. Do it one more time. You out of here. You're fired. But you don't think we should do that with politicians? Get out of here. Look at that. Look at that. Look like she high. Look like she smoked some.
Healthcare, jobs, and justice. Help Speaker Pelosi pass an agenda that will get Congress to be a partner to the Biden-Harris administration.
She's going to Congress to be a partner in the Biden-Harris administration. See, this overture, this talking point really really sound good to the ears to the 45 up blacks. Now, at the end of the day, somebody gonna win the election. We're gonna go over the demographics of the people who actually went out and vote, but it wasn't enough progressives. Because you can put look, people want to go here and do a big old speech about dark money and like money and things like that. And it's true, it's horrible dark money. We need to penalize. We need to make it illegal to be putting all this money into politics. It should be people funded no matter what. We need to go back to the people funding the campaign and the government give everybody the same kind of money and no other money can come in. And that Citizen United crap just messed all that stuff up. And then you got Mitt Romney saying politicians, people, my friend. I mean, yeah. Corporations are people, my friend. Corporate money are money from people. We need to stop that. But at the end of the day, it's he who can get the people out to vote that's going to cause that. Dark money can aid in getting people out to vote through the campaign ads. But it's the ground effort of actually getting people to come out of their house, get into the polling booth that matters. Both of these people sucked at that. Nina Turner didn't get out to vote on a grander scale, and Chantel Brown didn't. But Chantel Brown had the Democratic Party to help her get out to vote. Of course, Nina Turner went to the usual Bernie Sanders, Killer Mike, Cornel West, Ben Jealous, Danny Glover and all that, the usual. But can't you see right now on a local schedule, that ain't gonna get out the vote? How do you seize the black vote? How do you detach black votes away from a political party that ain't doing nothing for them? And how do you get them in a block? Well, eventually you got them in one area and then you can move them your direction by offering them something that they can't, like they said in The Godfather, you got to offer the black community something they can't refuse. Offer them something that they can't refuse. If not, they're going to go with the same old, same old. And Chantel Brown is the same old, saying the same old thing, talking about I'm running to help Joe Biden. I'm running to help Barack Obama. I'm running to help Hillary Clinton get agenda. What about our agenda? Are you running to help us? Who you think put you in office? You work for them or you work for us? Now, again, I'm not Ohioan, but, that is my sentiment here because I have to tell Joe, I'm the guy that's going to be in the face of Jamal Bowman. But don't you forget, you work for us. And at the end of the day, make sure you're black first before you're a black politician. Second, black progressive. Third. These cons, man, these cons.
And to help Speaker Pelosi pass an agenda that will get the recovery, relief, and the resources to the people who have been hit hardest by this pandemic. We need someone who is committed to doing this work.
I want to help people who got hit hard by the pandemic, but I don't want to help the people that got hit hard for the past 200-300 years. You freaking kidding me?
From start to finish. And when I go there, my top priorities will be healthcare, jobs, and justice.
Same old talking point, and folks say she got a plan for healthcare. She got a plan for job. She ain't got no plan. What is it? Go to a website. She don't have a strategy. She don't have a plan. Let me go to this last one. Now, this last one is actually on the news. They begin to talk about the guys, while you're at it right now, while I go over this, hit the like button, make sure your notification bell on, share this, because I want to talk about why Nina didn't continue her blowout, because she was blowing Chantel out. And yes, I do blame corporate money coming in and political money coming in to kind of pull Chantel out the water. But at the end of the day, he who could get the persons out to the polls wins, not he who rises in the poll numbers. We had some fact checkers begin to talk about these ads that was being slaying back and forth between Brown and Turner. And this is what they found in the ad.
But we begin with Ohio's 11th district congressional race and next week's primary election. The gloves are off and the mudslinging is well underway between Cuyahoga County Democratic Party Chair Chantel Brown and former Ohio State Senator Nina Turner. You have no doubt.
Get this. She's the Democratic Party chair of that county. This election is a Democratic Party ran election. It's ran by the Democratic Party. She is the DNC chair of that county. The only other second juicy thing that can probably they can probably have for her in her favor is if she was the actual person that was in charge of the polls. But the Democratic Party have their fingers deep in the back of the person who actually does the polling in that area. Majority of the people who run in the polling booths in that area are 45 and up, love Marsha Fudge, believe she's a legend. While she was out there buck dancing over there in Tulsa. Y'all don't see this? She should have had to step down running for that Senate seat, for that congressional seat. She should have had to step down for that congressional seat. Step down to run for that congressional seat. She should have had to accuse herself from that position, being the head of the DNC chair. Being the DNC chairperson. That's too close. Because they're the one in charge of the strategy of how things are going to be done in that area. And you're going to put her in charge of that? It's just like Stacey Abrams. People got mad at Stacey Abrams because she lost the election. And of course it's rigged. It was rigged. She allowed it to be rigged. She allowed it to be rigged by not calling for that man to step down while running for governor. How are you going to be the Secretary of State of Georgia, be in charge of the elections, and be fair? You can't. I'm going to be fair and balanced, call it down the middle. Yeah, right. Abrams lost that race. Of course that dude was going to cheat on her. Same thing in this county. Chantel Brown is head of the DNC. She's good friends. Martha Fudge, good friends. All these elite black sellout elites in the Democratic Party are good friends with the person that's running the voting. They're good friends with Chantel, who runs the DNC. You think that this thing was going to go Nina Turner away without demanding that she step down? And without putting some kind of heat on the person in charge of the elections in that area? These crooked politicians, most of them are black in that area. These are not white politicians. James Clyburn is white people's black people. At the end of the day, he's black. Marsha Fudge couldn't say anything, but she low-key got her mama out there to endorse on behalf of her. Her mama to endorse Chantel Brown. That's a recipe for loss. But anyway, that's not the point. Let's talk about the ads and the accusations in the ad, and they fact-checked it. And I'm like, how can you live in Ohio and know these things happen and still decide to go out there and put this person in office?
Out seeing the attacks and TV ads from both sides. So how do you know what's true and what's not? 3 News investigator Rachel Polanski is fact-checking for us tonight.
Who's taking the fact check?
Council, Brown voted to give more than $32 million in taxpayer contracts to a company connected to her boyfriend and family.
We rank this as partially true. I pulled Cuyahoga County Council voting records.
Now, let's say they say, okay, it's not fully true. It's partially true. It's partially true. This guy was getting contract. This guy was laying it to her. You know, this guy giving her the business, giving her the business to the point that she gave him business. Now that's a whole nother level of B2B. Yeah, I give you the business if you get me some business. That's a whole nother level of B2B. So they say it's partially true.
Records from 2017 and 2020. In both cases, Chantel Brown was one of 11 council members who unanimously voted to award a $7 million contract and a $3 million contract to the Perk Company for resurfacing roads in Greater Cleveland. In 2014, when Brown was running for council, she accepted a large campaign donation from Mark Perkins, who she was engaged to at the time. Cleveland.com reported that she said if she were elected, she would recuse herself from county contracts with ties to Mark Perkins. We rank this as partially true because Brown did not recuse herself from those contracts. However,
you hear that? Some of these people ain't know this stuff, and then you still gonna vote for this person? She's letting you know, I'm gonna kiss behind, I'm a straight up crook, and please elect me and give them the wink. They gave her the man contracts. She promised to step down and she didn't.
we could not verify the $32 million amount.
You couldn't verify the $32 million amount, but you can verify millions. I don't care if it's 32 million or 3,200. She shouldn't have been doing it. A crime is a crime. You can go out there and take money out of the cash register and catch the guy running out of the store with the money, and you can catch me with a whole bunch of stakes in my. We both going to jail. She shouldn't have even been allowed to run on this. This is an instant ethic charge. How in the world are you going to go into Congress with ethic issues? But hey, Trump had them. Joe Biden got them. This is what our so-called politicians, you keep electing these unethical people for office. They run for office and unethical as heck. I understand we all fall, we fall down, we get back up, we all sin, fall short of the glory of God. Hallelujah. But this is outright living in it. Day to day, this is who I am. And I ain't changing. You're not going to convert me. This is who I am. So shut up and elect me, or you're going to get Trump Jr., and Nina Turner.
She even voted to give herself a $7,000 pay raise.
We rank this one as true.
Now, voted to give themselves a $7,000 pay raise. They ranked it as true, not partial true. How in the world you know this and you still elect these cons? They vote to give themselves a raise. You ain't got one. I don't even think $15 minimum wage in any county in Ohio. She got a $7,000 raise. How don't. But you let them play the lesser two evils for you when they doing evil stuff all in your face. That's evil. You struggling, you got to pay for your uniform, and you got to sit there and think, do I buy diapers or do I pay to get my uniform clean? She got diapers and uniforms. Guys, moderator up here. This Attila Black. Block this numbnut up here. Block him out. We ain't got time for this. Get him off the. So somebody that's a moderator out here, go ahead and block him up here. Give me a moment. I'll do it myself. So that's what we got. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
In 2016, Cuyahoga County Council members voted 7-4 to raise council salaries by 15.5%, or $7,000. From
15%. And y'all can't get 5 cents. $7,000 raise. And y'all can't get an extra $700 raise. It's crazy. Crazy. Now, what should happen in this situation, there should be an ethics investigation concerning her, Ms. Brown, and then she have to give her that seat. I got a feeling it's going to be another election, but the Democratic Party found some way to slow this up and allow her to continue to be in that position, which is not cool at all. You guys, give me a moment, okay? Give me a moment. Give me a moment, y'all. All right, there we go. We ain't gonna tolerate that foolishness up here. All right, so I'm back. So let's get right back to it. Get right back into it.
$45,000 a year to $52,000 a year. And on the other side of the aisle, we had a hard time finding ads in which Shontel Brown's campaign openly attacked Nina Turner's campaign. We did, however, find
Of course, it is not smart to openly attack somebody. Now, if somebody attack you, you have every right to attack them back. But of course, James Clyburn them probably told her, look, you're not gonna personally attack her, but we are gonna get some people to attack her for you, because you know you can't fight. And that's exactly what they did. So listen to this.
Pro-Israel PAC called Democratic Majority for Israel, spending a lot of money to support Brown and oppose Turner. We also found ads like this one. from thirdway.org.
In 2020, she trashed Joe Biden.
You got 2 bowls of in front of you.
We rank this as true. At the time, Turner was working on the Bernie Sanders campaign, and she was talking about Sanders voters choosing between President Biden or President Trump.
Now, let's talk about this right here, and then I'm done. We went through the unethical things of Chantel Brown, but we're going to focus on something that has nothing to do with ethics. Foul language may be unholy, but foul language is foul language. It's not a potential crime. It's not something that you can literally arrest people in this country because she said voting for Donald Trump and voting for Joe Biden is kin to eating a half a bowl of SHIT or a full bowl of SHIT. At the end of the day, you're still eating SHIT. Breath gonna be humming, stinking. See, this the puppet strings that if it looked like 1 or 2 strings can pop and you don't go things my way, I don't want you there. And I can honestly say that from knowing Miss Turner's history, even though me and her got a whole bunch of disagreement, there's sometimes she don't go along, get along. She more don't go along, get along than go along, get along. Now, I've seen her bucked up against Bernie Sanders as one of her chair people on his campaign. She's like, yo, these people start attacking you. You need to start attacking back. And Bernie distanced himself from her. This lady been your number one stunner, and she give you some advice, and you gonna distance yourself from her? Well, I can't do that to my friend Good Joe Biden. So this lady out here on the campaign trail with you, hyping the crowd up for you. And like I said, locally, Nina Turner ain't as powerful and big as she is nationally. She run for office nationally, or she may run for the governorship of Ohio. She might do a better job, or she run for a national seat. And I understand this seat is a national seat, but only local voters are going to vote on it. They're going to use this last instant to say this is true. She did call him, say nasty stuff about Joe Biden. And that's what this whole thing is. Chantel Brown done some horrible stuff, but she ain't going to say nothing against Joe Biden. Nina Turner haven't done those things, but she's horrible for saying something about Joe Biden.
She was also quoted in The Atlantic saying, "You have a bowl of in front of you, and all you've got to do is eat half of it instead of the whole thing. It's still."
So what's Nina Turner really up to?
Nina Turner is running as a Democrat, but really is not a Democrat.
We rank this as false.
Because just because you have progressive issues or you on the progressive side, first of all, progressives are in everywhere. You can't link that to a party, okay? Progressives are everywhere. They most progressives don't want to be identified with a party, and a lot of them is not even going to vote with the party line. You got a lot of them will, but some of them is not going to vote. They'll sit out, and that's probably what happened here. A lot of folks sat out. Some people probably did sit out. I doubt if it was a whole bunch of them, but some people probably did sit out because Nina Turner said, look, I'm going to mess up. I'm going to disappoint some of y'all. I'm going to do some things that you might not like. You don't tell nobody that. I understand this thing about, the takeaway approach. You let them know that, hey, baby, look, I ain't perfect. I'm going to mess up. So, I just hope you can continue to love me when I do. But don't tell her that you're going to mess up on behalf of her. My whole thing is this. Knowing all these things that Chantel Brown has done, knowing that she said, look, I'm going to be the chief go along person. I'm the go along and get along chief. of the Biden-Harris campaign. I ran on it. And I got elected. And then come the new election, they're going to try to tell everybody to run on the same thing. Run on what Chantel ran on. She ran on, I'm going to run. I'm going to go along and get along. I'm going to do whatever I can to help Joe Biden's agenda. But the problem is Joe Biden's agenda don't include you. It don't include your people. Yeah, I'm done.
While Nina Turner is progressive, campaigning recently with former NAACP President Ben Jealous and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she is, of course, a registered Democrat. This ad attempts to paint her as someone who does not support the party agenda.
Something else I want to point out, at the end of these ads, look for this line, paid for by. That's where you can tell if this ad was paid for by the candidate's campaign or by a PAC. In this case, it was paid for by the DMFI PAC. Rachel Plansky, 3 News.
Again, the special primary election is Tuesday. The respective winners of the Democratic and Republican races will square off in the general election on November 2nd.
Guys, I'm going to say this and I'm done. The word coon is a person that's going to do whatever zaddy, what the so-called dominant society they just want to get approval from them. They're hoping that they can get a reward for going along and getting along, for kissing behind, for selling out. I have not heard much what Chantel Brown is going to do for black people. Now, I did hear recently Nina Turner, some of the things that she said she's going to do for black people on the Tim Black Show. Ask a little Johnny come home a little too lately. You should have been saying that from the jump start and made it a major plank in your platform. But you got people talking about, well, a lot of stuff she talk about is going to take her campaign. Look, she didn't talk about it that much in the tank, and her campaign didn't go as well as we thought it would. The point is, who are you trying to reach out the most, and who are the ones that actually get out and vote? Those are the people you're going to need to target the most. You can't assume area progressives just gonna go out and talk, because a lot of them too lazy to get out the poll. They talk a good game, but when it's time to go vote, they don't go vote. Then you gotta look at where she's at, the region. Heavily conservative Democratic area that does nothing but conservative Democratic politics. That's borderline friendship with conservative Republican politics. It is not a heavily progressive area, even though people assume it is. It's not. I guarantee you, look at the demographic, it's going to be the same as it was in South Carolina. Black voters 48 and up got out to vote probably not that much, but it was more than everything else. Young black voters didn't get out to vote. I guarantee you look at it, young black voters didn't get out to vote. And for various reasons, because we got a new generation that's, hey, you got to talk black to me. We need to have a talk. I'm not just going to vote for you. And I'm not going to vote for the other person. If neither one of y'all offer me anything, then don't get mad when I sit this out. And I know a lot of you people don't like this. Y'all sitting out and y'all going to cause this and cause that. No. Your electors caused it to happen. Don't nobody just sit out in the campaign. They sit out for a reason, because nobody's listening to them. They want us to be like them, go along, get along. Just put them in. It's better than the other party. Just keep us in power. Even though we ain't going to do nothing, keep us in power. No, that day is gone. Either you're going to start using your power to help our community and you start running on it and you start pushing it, or you can push your behind out my face. Let me tell you something. The reason AOC keep winning in the landslide is because she catered to her community. And she's going to continue to win on the landslide because she catered toward her community. Now, in general, she ain't doing nothing for the progressive movement. She ain't doing much. She ain't doing much to, for Medicare for all and all that other. But she'll do something, make sure that money, some of that money coming to the Latino community. Same thing with Tammy Duckworth. She used her power to make Asians a protective society by the Joe Biden administration, and we still, over 400 years of being brutalized and dominated, we still ain't got immunity. We still don't have protection. Chantel Brown ain't going there to do nothing for you. She just told you, I'm going to Washington, D.C. to Buckdance for the Biden and Harris team. I'm Bobby Brown with the Bobby Brown Show on the go. See you up here. Big Mike, what's up? Mike Lewis, what's up? Kawana, what's up? And I'm going to read a few of these. Why did Ohio have to hurt us like this? An establishment Democrat never gets us, the black community, very far. When it comes to these races, you can't take it personally because it's not your race. That's why it's up for them to do whatever they can for Ohioan. I know we see these people coming to Congress, but you got to remember, we are not putting them in Congress. The local constituents are. And I know we could be mad at the local constituents, but it's also the fault of the person who down there running for office. You got to really, really bring that message. You really, really got to spend quality time. Now, I know Chantel haven't done much there, but she's been there legislating. She's been there legislating with the city council. She's been there as the DNC chair. So they're familiar with her so-called work. Only thing they know from Nina Turner is she's working for progressive movement and the policies. So I understand. I understand that it seemed like a stab in the back to some of you guys. But at the end of the day, it's about those people in Ohio. And you have to go down there, especially when you got a lot of black people that's in that area that's going to be doing majority of the voting. You got to go down there and start talking black to those people. You can't talk progressive. You got to talk black. You got to talk blacker than what you're going to do for Black Wade and make Chantel look like she ain't have no, and you got to expose her for not having an agenda for black people. But you got to show her that you got to show the community, I got an agenda for you. And if it's not robust enough, tell me what you want me to add to it. I'm going there for you. I'm not going there for Joe Biden. I'll work with him as much as I can, but I'm going there for you. Elvis Brown, Nina should have ran a reparations campaign instead of Medicare for all, then the turnout would have been much. That's why I said that her major focus should be the ones who predominantly vote in those types of elections. That district is a legendary conservative Democratic district. It's not progressive. You got some progressives, but it's not enough to churn out the vote. It's not going to mirror match the conservative black vote in that area. That's why you have to focus on that conservative black vote. The conservative, you got those. Survivor Mary, it's that millions were spent to take Nina down. Every airwave covered. I explained to you that does play a part. That does play a part. But at the end of the day, most of these people, only the 45 and up crowd are watching TV. Anybody else get hit by these ads or the ads that come on right before you watch a YouTube video? But most of this generation, 45 under, don't even really, ads don't faze us. And at the end of the day, you can run all the ads and all the money could come in. And yes, they play a part. But at the end of the day, ads or not, you have to rebuke the ad, rebuttal. You got to bring a rebuttal to the ad. And at the end of the day, he who can get the vote out, regardless of ads, because believe me, there were tons of ads against Jamal Bowman here in New York City, especially in the Bronx. Tons. But most of the Bronx people didn't pay those ads no mind. He went out there and knocked on doors, spent time with certain communities. He spent time with a lot of black community. Even though he's a progressive and he support progressive issues, he went there and talked black to him. Now, it's not probably a strong talk like we do here or other YouTubers do here where we home in on reparations and things like that. We didn't drive that in the nail, but he talked about what he wanted to do for the black community. He talked about, putting a railroad out here and, providing more jobs just strictly for the black community in this area. I mean, he just talked black to these black people, and black people went out and vote for him. AOC talked Latino to her people, and they went out and voted for him. You got to go, whoever in that particular district that does most of the voting, you can find out who it was. Those are the people you got to target. And you can't talk opposite of who they are. Yeah, we know Chantel is a big old liar. What's up, Big Will? This will not save the Democratic Party in 2022 or 2024. Watch and see. And you're right. Let me say this. What's going to happen is they're going to have to run, and they don't have the boogeyman Trump right now to throw in our face to scare us, so they got to get something close to it. Now, they may pull boogeyman Trump out again because they don't want to pull boogie. They don't want to pull. Look, it was Bill Clinton who asked Trump to run for office, thinking that he gonna mess this thing up and make his wife look good. Because you got to understand, they've been friends for over 40 years. The kids were close friends. They were guests at their Trump's wedding. Trump put a lot of money in the Clinton campaigns. Trump is known for financing the Clinton campaign. Trump was known for financing Jesse Jackson campaign. Trump was known for financing Al Sharpton's campaign. Trump has financed Kamala Harris' campaign when she ran for AG. So they could probably pull him out. I think Trump is the biggest tool of the Democratic Party ever to scare people to vote for more Democrats. Will it work in the next? No. But they're going to try it. And they're going to tell y'all, get on the bus. Get in line. Man, y'all go sit somewhere with that dumb crap. Sound like you buck dancing. All right, I don't want to keep everybody up here, but I do want to thank CG. I want to thank Two-Third Martial Law Puppet, Tim Nichols, Craig R. What's up, Craig, man? Glad to see you up here. The Queen, Deneen Grant, I want to thank you for being up here. I appreciate all you guys being up here this late. I wasn't planning on getting this, but I heard the news that Nina conceded and she said she's going to march forward. I just say, hey, you do what you need to do, but you need to start talking black to black people. I'm going to tell every politician that want my vote, you need to come down here and spend quality time with the black people. Listen to us and let us give you the agenda. Let us give you want to win an election? Get an agenda straight from the heart of the black community. Because now they have no reason to not vote for you. Because they're going to vote. It's like sacrilegious if we don't vote, man. It's like, we believe that the lightning of God is going to come down and strike us down, and we don't get out there and vote because, we don't vote. Our people died for us to vote. No, our people died for us to have black empowerment. Voting was just one tool they used, but we didn't die to vote. We died in the process of getting voting rights. But the bottom line of voting is black empowerment. So if there's not black empowerment at the end of your vote, then why are you voting? Now, I'm not telling you not to vote, but you got to judge where your vote need to go. If there's black empowerment as the end result, the beginning result, the middle result, if black empowerment is in it, you got my vote. If it ain't, that's why I say, what do you think of a black agenda? What you got on the table? What's up? And then I pull out my black agenda form. You know, my black agenda thing that I put on Facebook. I go over this. Do you support this? And not only do you support this, are you going to push this? If not, get out my face. Get out my face. What's up, Black Cherubim? This Attila Black started putting racial slurs up here, so I had to block him. Let me say something, brother. And I'm saying this as a humanist brother. You can call people the N-word. Black people can turn around and call y'all crackers. These racial slurs are so freaking pathetic. When you start doing racial slurs, that shows how much a weak punk you are. And you might be strong physically, but in your mind, you're a weak punk. Marion Diop, thank you for being on the channel, Koana. All right, guys, so I'm going to let you go. I got things I got to do tomorrow. I'm a little sleepy. I mean, it's early, but, you know. But, hey, share this on Facebook. Like, share. Make sure you still subscribe because, man, they unsubscribe. I had somebody say, Robert, I didn't even know you had 3 videos. I didn't get, you had 2 videos. I didn't get a chance. I didn't get no notification. Bro, you got to check every day. As soon as I come on, go look, all you have to do is look down and see if you still subscribed. If you haven't, hit it again. Make sure it's notification on always. Ohio is screwed, y'all. Screwed. Bobby Sanders, you're right. Ohio is screwed. Screwed. This lady said, I'm going, not for you, I'm going to help Joe Biden now, who say they're helping you, but they're really not helping you. And then to know about the ethic issues that she have. I fought Nina Turner for that too. Nina should have went on a press conference and asked her to step down. Call her out. Call for ethic investigation, like they did Cuomo. Cuomo was found guilty. He thought, you know, and you know, say what you can about Tish James. I've been knowing Tish for a few years. Tish ain't 100% get along, go along. I'm telling you that she ain't. She's a public advocate in New York City. She had to deal with a whole bunch of idiots in New York City and had to crush them. She actually helped me with the campaign when it came to some people out in North Carolina trying to take advantage of the people on my job. She helped me tremendously. Helped me, some of the organizers there, all in one. Every time we needed her, she was always there. So she's not 100. Remember I said some puppets got some broken strings on them and they're just not going to be able to move the way you want them to move. You got to try to put a string back on them. And Lord knows, don't let all the strings come up. Now you're dealing with a Chucky. Tish J's dropping the hammer now. I don't know how far they're going to get on the conviction, but Cuomo is guilty. The charges is guilty for sexual harassment, and look like he's going down, and he should. Guys, a con too. All right, guys. I love you. Always remember this. I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And go out there and make a mark on this world that cannot be erased. That's important. You only got a certain lifespan on this earth. Make the most out of it. Don't make everything about politics either. Love on your family. Love on your people. Love on your community. Don't make everything. Don't live and breathe politics. I'm talking to myself. Don't live and breathe politics. There's more in life than just politics and these numbnuts. Sometimes you got to get a break. People make your blood pressure go up. Go out there and make a mark on this world that cannot be erased. If you have not done that, please start doing that today. And this is Bobby Brown with the Bobby Brown Show on the go. Good morning and good night.